anyone giving you the answer to this question is speculating. No one actually knows the answer to this question. If they did, it would completely change Bitcoin investing forever. Bitcoin price. The price of Bitcoin is determined by supply and demand. Bitcoin has a limited supply of 21 million coins produced by the year 2140 and potentially infinite demand. What truly makes the price go up is people holding their Bitcoin and not selling it. How high could the price go? When? I will be long dead by the time the last Bitcoin is mined. There is roughly 18.6 million Bitcoin mined and in circulation, with much fewer being made over the next few decades. I have no idea how long Bitcoin will remain popular and valued. Will it still be valued 1,000 years from now on a Martian colony? If so, what will its value be? Such a thing is too hard to speculate about. Instead, I will focus on the next 30 years. Bitcoin 2051. The current Bitcoin price is $35,592, the 6th of January 2020, with 18.6 million Bitcoin in circulation. By the year 2051 there will be 20.9 million Bitcoin mined, the vast majority of them. However, it's also estimated that 20% of all Bitcoin have been lost or are inaccessible. I think it's fair to say that there will really only be about 16 million Bitcoin available, and that's not even considering institutional buying and holding Bitcoin. For instance, Grayscale owns 2.5% of all the Bitcoin and will not sell them. There are other institutional investors buying Bitcoin like Square and ARK Investment Management. These groups are also unlikely to sell their Bitcoin. I expect 25% of all Bitcoin or more to be held by institutional investors by the year 2051. It could even get as high as 50%. Between the institutional investors and lost Bitcoin, I expect there to be about 5 to 10 million Bitcoin available for retail use. It could be even less. I also expect demand for Bitcoin to continue to rise because of how much uncertainty the 21st century will bring, especially to our traditional institutions. I think 1 billion people will be splitting 5 to 10 million Bitcoin, evenly split up. That's 0.005 to 0.01 BTC per person, and the number could even be more ridiculous than that. At this time there is somewhere between 10 to 100 million Bitcoin users, depending on how you define a user and all sorts of other variables. At this point, I think there is about 12 to 15 million Bitcoin available to purchase. Worst case scenario, there is 0.12 Bitcoin per person available, but it could be as high as 1.5 Bitcoin available per person. I don't personally think it's as high as 1.5 or as low as 0.12. I will assume it's somewhere in the middle, like 0.7 Bitcoin. This means the future price of Bitcoin could go up anywhere from 12x to 300x. I don't personally believe in $9 million Bitcoin, but if there's enough Bitcoin supply for every Bitcoin user to own 1.5 Bitcoin, and by 2051 there's only enough for everyone to have 0.005, the number could get that high, but with my own math it could be as low as 420,000 United States dollars. Final thoughts. Keep in mind I am making a lot of assumptions to put the numbers at this level. I assume mass adoption, institutional investors, and lost Bitcoin that's not recovered. I could be wrong about several if not all of these things. In 30 years there may be a way to recover lost Bitcoin that would completely change the math. I may overestimate institutional investors. Or I could overestimate how many people will want to own Bitcoin in 30 years. In other words, I could be wrong. Today it hit 1 trillion market cap, so if all the Forex market 7 and all the gold market 3 went in, it would be about 10 times larger than it is now. So that would be $400,000 a coin. So that is if all currency and gold money basically went into Bitcoin. Obviously that probably ain't ever going to happen, so who knows. But that gives an idea of the silliest high it could be. Maybe if another trillion goes in, it will go to 80K. I think it will crash before that.